fanged spider with its scurrying bite, the scorpion with its deadly sting, a sinister, cold-blooded crocodile, the hypnotizing, venomous snake, or the king of beasts, the lion. Which one is the most dangerous? Giraffes are eternally majestic. Buffalo, formidable, but with their golden fur, regal mane, and fearsome presence, lions are known as the king of beasts. Lions have been celebrated throughout history for their majesty, courage, and strength. Kings and queens have taken the lion as a symbol of dominance and leadership. The largest of all carnivores on the African plains, lions are smaller and faster than the tigers of Asia. The thick flowing mane of an adult male grows darker as they age. These regal manes not only soften an enemy's blow, they also add to the size and fearsome appearance of the males, warning other lions not to challenge them. Even more impressive than its mane is its roar. The thundering sound of a lion defending its territory can be heard from 8 kilometers away. The unseen presence of a lion sparks fear in the animals of the plain. The lion certainly lives a life fit for a king. They sleep around 20 hours a day. A lion's leisure time is usually only interrupted by the hunt for food. It is the females that do most of the hunting. Using deadly teamwork, they work together to bring down the mightiest of prey. Claws, teeth, and jaws show no mercy as they tear at their victim, strangling and suffocating until victory is theirs. These merciless hunters are also caring mothers with deep maternal instincts who will protect their cubs against the other predators of the plains, no matter what the cost. There are unforeseen dangers for all those that live on the savannah. The air suddenly becomes heavier. It's hard to breathe. Animals begin to get nervous. Senses are alerted, trying to work out where the danger is coming from. Their highly developed senses of smell have detected smoke in the air, and this means real danger. Fire, a deadly enemy to all, predator and prey alike. Instinct says to run as far and as fast as possible to avoid being trapped by the approaching flames. In all directions, the animals of the plains flee for their lives. When fire blazes through the savannah, it's terrifying for those animals who can escape, and fatal for those who can't. Separated by the flames, some are cut off from the rest of the pride. It is vital for the lioness to take refuge and to protect her cubs. All she can do is wait in fear for the flames to recede. Lions are opportunist hunters and will attempt to take any prey, regardless of its age, sex, condition, or size. It takes coordinated teamwork to bring down the tallest animal on Earth. It's a difficult and dangerous pursuit. In this remarkable display of courage, strength, and sheer tenacity, the pride launch an attack on the tallest animal on Earth, the giraffe. It's a daring and risky hunt. The giraffe is attacked from behind while other members of the pride surround the mighty beast, preventing it from escaping. The giraffe is 5 times taller and more than 5 times heavier than the lions. Prey this size is no easy hunt. The giraffe's hoof is the size of a dinner plate and is capable of killing a lion. The hunting lioness breaks cover and leaps onto the haunches of a galloping zebra. Predator and prey can run at the same speed. It's the lion's powerful forelimbs, superb muscle strength, piercing claws, and mighty canine teeth that do the damage. Their muscled forebody enables them to deliver blows that could break the zebra's back. Lions don't eat every day, but when they do, they can get through 30 kilograms of meat at one sitting. For a pride of 10 lions, that's an entire zebra. Is the mighty lion the most dangerous animal on land? A barely habitable burnt corner of earth, parched and sun-drenched. Once the sun is set and temperatures drop, the nighttime wilderness becomes a very dangerous place. Danger lurks in the form of a sharpened spike loaded with toxic venom. It could be waiting anywhere, under a rock, in your shoe, or even in your bed. These are scorpions. Scorpions have been around for over 400 million years. They've seen the rise and the fall of the mighty dinosaur, and will probably outlast mankind. They can survive massive doses of radiation and are protected by their hard outer skeleton. Armed with their toxic tail and crushing claws, they wait for the sun to go down before they start their search for prey. There are almost 2,000 species of scorpion, differing in size, habitat, and the toxicity of their venom. Babylonian astrologers included the scorpion in their zodiac during the Bronze Age. People born under this sign are thought of as aloof and vengeful. In Greek mythology, Scorpius was a giant scorpion sent by the earth goddess Gaia to slay the giant Orion. Some of the most deadly species of scorpion are found in North Africa. During the day, they seek out quiet, dark hiding places. Although scorpions have several pairs of tiny eyes which are spread all over their bodies, it is the minuscule hairs that cover their legs which help them hunt. The hairs pick up even the most subtle of vibrations, helping the scorpion to determine the location of its prey and the direction it is moving, preparing it to be ready to strike with its venom-injecting barb. Its tough vice-like pincer claws are used in defense and to crush their victims. The rocks and stones of the underground come alive as the silent scorpions come out in search of their prey of spiders and insects. Most human fatalities are children, who are more vulnerable to their venom. The scorpion is not dangerous to humans because it is aggressive, but because of its desire to seek out dark places and shelters to hide in during the day. Nearly all attacks on humans are in self-defense. Most scorpions are solitary and will attempt to kill and eat other scorpions that invade their territory. Venomous scorpions tend to have weaker-looking pincers and thin bodies. Their strength lies with the toxins in their tail. Most accidental stings to humans are on the hand or foot, occurring when a scorpion is disturbed while hiding in crevices or burrows. Scorpions kill over 3,000 people every year. The venom of these small killers can be compared to that of the king cobra. Both are neurotoxins, fast-acting and bring about death by heart respiratory failure in their victims. Out of the 2,000 species of scorpion, roughly 25 of them are deadly to humans. It's no wonder that these prehistoric creatures are one of the most feared in all of the animal kingdom. In amongst the desert cactus and dried earth is the scorpion's next meal. Scurrying across the ground, its deadly weapons are ready to strike. Tough claws grasp at the victim. The syringe-like barb of the scorpion's tail pierces its prey and injects the fast-acting neurotoxin. Its molecules are rapidly absorbed, attacking the central nervous system and paralyzing the nerves that control breathing. Venom is delivered with surgical precision, paralyzing its prey in an instant. Once paralyzed, the scorpion emits its stomach juices onto the prey, sucking up the liquefied food with the victim still clamped between its mighty claws. Some species of scorpions can live up to 10 years in these harsh environments, equipped with the weapons to survive. Scurrying back into darkness, is the scorpion the most dangerous predator on land? With long legs that wave inescapable snares, spiderlings that hatch in their hundreds, and fangs that inject lethal venom into their prey, spiders strike fear into many people. In Greek mythology, the great weaving god Arachne was turned into the first spider, while in Japanese mythology, shape-shifting demons often take a spider-like form. Funnel web spiders are among the most deadly spiders in the world, and of all of them, the Sydney funnel web is arguably the most lethal. Aggressive and easily agitated, the funnel web is quick to bite. This nocturnal ground hunter of beetles, cockroaches, and small lizards, with an abdomen the size of a human thumb, is a walking messenger of death. The venom glands attached to the funnel web's fangs contain a complex cocktail of highly virulent chemicals. With a vertical strike downward, pointing fangs pierce through body casing, and a measured dose of fast-acting venom is delivered. This cricket will get a higher dose than would, say, a smaller insect. When the Sydney funnel web decides to deliver its maximum dose, it can kill a human, and this species is likely to be responsible for all human deaths from funnel webs. These deadly spiders are not just found in crevices, rocks, and logs. They are often drawn out of their silk-lined burrows by rain and flooding. The more venomous males have been known to wander into city gardens and houses in search of females. Like scorpions, they too have been found in shoes and clothes, discarded on the floor. While the funnel web can bring danger and potential death to humans, there is another incredible spider that brings death to its own kind. The 1-centimeter Portia spider has evolved to selectively hunt other spiders, specializing not only on other jumping spiders, but also on the web builders. The beautifully camouflaged Portia spider exploits the poor eyesight of others as it merges with any leaf fragments caught in their webs. With the second most acute eyesight in the animal world, this eagle-eyed, intelligent spider can learn, problem solve, and remember, learning the best combat tactic for their selected victim. Using camouflage to detour along rocks to perform an ambush attack is just one. Skilled at running on the silken webs of at least 11 different families of spiders, Portias can mimic the vibration patterns not only of a trapped insect, but also of the courtship signals of the spiders it hunts. If this lures the spider out, they keep doing it until the unsuspecting prey is within striking distance. With its fangs outstretched, the tiny Portia spider injects its fast-acting venom. This combination of intelligence, memory, and stealth make the Portia spider a truly deadly adversary. Others rely more on pure brawn. Palm-sized tarantulas with a leg span bigger than a book are hard to miss. While their bite may not be fatal to humans, to the insects, frogs, and mice it preys on, the tarantula is a bristled and deadly foe. Snakes have fascinated and terrified humans for thousands of years. In many parts of the world, they are worshipped as protectors and creators. But some cultures fear snakes as devils and symbols of vengeance and death. Whether as an evil power or symbol of fertility, the snake is a powerful image. It represents both immortality and death, male and female, deity and demon, killer and healer, the highest of wisdom as well as the chaos from the underworld. Mysterious movement, lethal venom, suffocating grip, or lightning strike. The snake has a commanding reputation throughout the world. Every year, more than 5 million people suffer snake bites. Over 100,000 of them die from their wounds. With heat-sensing organs, an acute sense of smell, and the ultimate flexible body, snakes track down their victims. The bite is the lethal weapon of venomous snakes. Their fangs deliver toxins straight into their victims' bodies, causing paralysis and, in some cases, death. Venomous snakes are strictly carnivorous, killing and eating small animals, including lizards, mammals, birds, fish, insects, even other snakes. Asia is home of the legendary king cobra, a dynamic hunter that preys on other snakes and delivers huge amounts of powerful venom. Measuring more than 5 meters, the king cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world. King cobra are found throughout India. Their heads are the size of a man's hand and they can detect movement from 100 meters away. Each dose of venom has enough neurotoxin to kill 20 grown men. Highly intelligent, snakes are treated as object of awe and wonder by humans. Snake charmers have used them for many centuries. When threatened, the cobra will flare out its iconic hoods and emit a bone-chilling hiss that sounds almost like a growling dog. Snakes can't bite or tear their food into pieces. They swallow their prey whole. They use their highly developed sense of smell to track their prey. Hundreds of vertebrae in the snake's spine give them their incredible flexibility. With their constantly moving forked tongues, they collect airborne particles, which they pass into their mouths for chemical analysis, providing them vital information about their surroundings. Some snakes kill by constriction. Some snakes use their venom to kill or paralyze their prey before eating it, while others swallow their prey whole and still alive. Out walking, you never know what could be lurking by your feet. It only takes a second for a snake to strike. If the snake were poisonous, this young girl will have very serious problems. Is the snake, with its venom-filled lightning strike, the land's most dangerous predator? Lurking in the world's rivers, marshes, and swamps lies one of the most prehistoric and dangerous predators on the planet. Stories, songs, and legends have been built up around them. People tremble in fear at their name. These are crocodiles. These ancient reptiles are a symbol of merciless predation and insatiable appetite. They can stay hidden in the water for hours and strike without warning. The saltwater crocodile and the Nile crocodile are two of the largest species of crocodile in the world, hunting anything they choose and killing hundreds of people each year. The ancient Egyptians worshipped the crocodile as the god Sobek and adorned crocodiles with jewels in his honor. They believed that Sobek controlled the mighty Nile, and so he was worshipped to appease the crocodiles of the river, as well as for the fertility of the Egyptian people and their crops. Crocodiles have been on Earth since the beginning of time, existing with the dinosaurs. Crocodiles survived the breakup of the Earth's continents. They even survived the ice ages. While most other animals have gone through remarkable evolutionary changes in order to survive, crocodiles have remained virtually the same for millions of years. Slowing their heartbeat down to 2 or 3 beats per minute, and with a transparent eyelid, a crocodile can wait underwater until it sees its prey. Madagascar's Anivarano Lake. For its local people, Lake Anivarano is sacred. Legend says that a wizard dressed as a passerby walked through the town and asked its people for a drink of water, but they refused him. The wizard flooded the town to punish them for not satisfying his thirst. Since that time, the locals believe that the crocodiles are sacred, the reincarnated spirits of their ancestors. To win favor with the crocodiles, the people perform ceremonies to appease them, offering them meat from a freshly slaughtered zebu. The crocodile feeds on the offering of the villagers. The ceremony comes to an end when a young man from the village hangs the head of a zebu on top of a column which is already adorned with the skulls from previous rituals. You never know what a crocodile is going to do. With only its eyes and nostrils above the water, these are perfect ambush predators. The biggest reptile on Earth, the mighty saltwater crocodile, explodes from the water with outstretched jaws. Crocodiles are perfectly adapted for hunting in water. Powerful swimming muscles and clawed webbed feet make them excellent swimmers. At home in the ocean, saltwater crocodiles can often be seen out at sea. Taking a drink at the water's edge or trying to cross the river can be a very risky business when crocs are about. Without any warning, the half-ton crocodile launches itself out of the water, slamming its massive jaws shut around an unsuspecting animal. Saltwater crocodiles have a bite force of 3,700 pounds per square inch. That's almost 4 times as much as a lion. Its mouth has up to 60 teeth, all designed to rip flesh off prey. Clasping the dying animal in its powerful jaws, the croc takes it underwater to drown it in a twisting death roll. Is the crocodile, with its strength and insatiable appetite, the most dangerous predator? Which is the most dangerous of all predators on land? The majestic lion, the venomous snake, the fanged spider, the poisonous scorpion, the ancient crocodile? Or is it mankind? the charming kangaroo, the cuddly koala, the beautiful butterfly, the cheerful clownfish, or the endearing budgerigar? Which is the cutest of them all? The warm tropical waters of the world's oceans are home to a dazzling array of beautiful marine life. In the shallow waters live stationary animals that look more like plants with their long waving tentacles. They are home to some of the most famous and most brightly colored of all the fish in the sea. Clown anemone fish live their lives in the safe confines of a single anemone, dancing through its tentacles, their bright colors flashing in and out. There are 28 different species of anemone fish, with different shades of orange, yellow, red, and even black. Most also have white stripes or patches along their bodies. Before taking up residence in their chosen anemone, these jolly-looking ocean dwellers perform an elaborate dance with their new host, gently touching its tentacles until they are accustomed to it. Clownfish are one of the very few fish lucky enough to have this relationship with an anemone. For many other animals, these tentacles can spell danger. Anemones are in the same group of animals as jellyfish and have powerful stinging cells, but they do not harm their resident clownfish, which are covered in a layer of mucus that protects them from the anemone's otherwise lethal sting. Both partners get something out of the relationship. Protected from predators and supplied with a safe place to live, the little clownfish keeps the anemone clean. Not much more than 10 centimeters long, these adorable little fish would make a great snack to a moray eel. These prehistoric-looking fish stay in crevices and holes and like to ambush unsuspecting passers-by. Clownfish are homebodies and don't stray too far or too long from the safety of their stinging residence. Outside of its protection, it's not just eels, but also sharks, stingrays, and bigger fish that may try to eat it. They are so protective of their beautiful living home that these feisty little fish will see off unwanted visitors to the anemone. Although other fish have many places to hide, what is extra special about the relationship between the clownfish and its anemone is that they actually eat leftovers of each other's food. As fish and plankton waft over this undulating carpet anemone, both it and the clownfish that live in it can feast on the bounties the water brings. The oceans abound with delicate and beautiful creatures like these tiny transparent glass shrimp. But no matter how pretty, few can compete with the big-eyed, fast-finned, happy-looking clownfish. These dazzling little balls of bright orange must surely be some of the cutest creatures in the sea. Across Australia, thousands upon thousands of kangaroos bound over the countryside. Their superpower legs are born to hop. Leaping through the outback, these furry marsupials can speed along at over 60 kilometers an hour, and they start practicing as soon as they're out of the pouch. The iconic kangaroo is so well loved throughout Australia, it has become a symbol of the country and is seen on coins, on the coat of arms, on car stickers, and on countless road signs. With their alert and inquisitive faces, the endearing kangaroo's curiosity is never satisfied, and they're seemingly always on the lookout for something. And none more curious than the joey, taking his first glimpses of the outside world. Kangaroos are gentle and caring mothers. While she feeds and cares for one joey that is now at her feet, she will have another smaller developing joey in her pouch. Both her young will be fed on separate formulas of milk. Both these milks will change composition for each of her joeys as they grow and their needs change. From the safety of his mother's pouch, this joey will take his first nibbles of grass. Kangaroos don't tend to spend much time alone. Instead, family groups come together to form much larger mobs. Each family group will be made up of a dominant male and several females and their young. As they bound along, the mothers in the group will pull their pouches tightly towards themselves, keeping their joeys secure inside. The beautiful bounding leap of a kangaroo can cover over 9 meters at a time as its spring-loaded legs propel it forward, its strong and graceful tail used for steering, stability, and balance. Like all young animals, kangaroos need to practice the skills of adulthood. Although sometimes entering into the outside world seems to be done with much caution. When the time comes, adult males box, raking their opponents' heads and chest with sharp claws. They kick out with hind legs that have been growing stronger and stronger since the day they were born. Their tails are so strong that they can support their entire bodies as powerful hind legs kick, and forearms seem to both lash out and hold on at the same time. It seems like no matter who is doing the fighting, boxing is a spectator sport. These acrobatic displays of strength will decide on the hierarchy and dominance of the males. Claws are not always used for fighting. Oftentimes, they're much better suited to scratching an annoying itch, although some do that a lot faster than others. The sharp claws can be so gentle as the peaceful kangaroos tend to each other. These furry, family-oriented, affectionate creatures that grace the Australian bush are undoubtedly the most endearing of the outback. The stunning monarch butterfly that fills the sky are some of the most beautiful and delicate of all the world's insects. These small winged wonders migrate over 4,000 kilometers to and from their hibernation sites. Incredibly, no single butterfly goes each way, but somehow the same routes are traveled year after year. Millions of monarch butterflies take to the skies every autumn and fly from the cooler parts of North America to the warmer climates of Mexico and California, where they can survive the winter. They are the only butterflies known to make such a massive journey. Adult monarchs feed purely on liquid and select their favorite nectars from a variety of plants. The life of these exquisite butterflies is complex and dazzling and happens in a number of stages. Tiny eggs are laid exclusively on milkweed plants, lined with a waxy layer to stop it from drying out and surrounded by a protective shell. After only 4 days, the tiny larvae creep out. These minute caterpillars have got just one mission: to eat as much as they can. Eating the egg case from which they have just emerged, they begin to munch and munch and munch, and will eat nothing but milkweed. The organic compounds in the milkweed plants that these hungry larvae eat will remain with them and make the adult butterflies foul-tasting and poisonous to predators. Growing daily, they become more and more colorful, until at their full 5 centimeters, they are a dazzling bright yellow, white, and black eating machine. These creepy caterpillars need to store up enough energy to get them through the next phase of life, during which they will not eat. Able to grow no more, the caterpillar attaches to a stem by a silk pad. It creates a hard protective case around itself and turns into a vibrantly colored chrysalis. Inside here, one of nature's greatest wonders takes place, as the hidden caterpillar undergoes its metamorphosis into a fully formed butterfly. On the morning it emerges, the butterfly will hang from its split chrysalis for several hours, until it is sure its wings are completely dry. Crinkled from having been cramped inside the chrysalis, the butterfly pumps fluid into its magnificent wings until they are full and strong enough for it to spread them and fly off to feed on the flowers of its new world. The veins that pattern the deep orange and white wings are darker on the slightly smaller females, while the males have a black dot in the middle of each of their rear wings. Tiny coiled proboscis unravel to suck up the sweet nectar that they will feast on for the remainder of their lives. Most monarchs will only live as adults for a few weeks, and die after laying eggs for the next generation. In 1 year, there will be 4 generations of these, the prettiest of butterflies. But only one of these generations will make the incredible migrations that they are known for. The great-grandchildren of the last generation will themselves prepare for the greatest flight of the butterfly world. With their graceful, delicate, and spectacular lives, these are by far the most captivating of insects. Wild budgerigars, or budgies, are social nomadic little parrots that come together in their hundreds to fly in lively, undulating flocks. Despite living in the dry landscapes of Australia, budgies have a preference for drinking and bathing every day, and are usually found not too far from the water. Male and female budgies differ from the color of their cere, the area at the base of their beak. In males, this is bright blue, while in females it is a pale brown. With their sturdy beaks and thick, flexible tongues, they get all the energy they need from the grass seeds they forage for in the mornings. The males of these monogamous couples court their females by nudging her beak and by bobbing their heads towards her, sometimes offering food. It is the female budgie that will incubate the small white eggs she has laid. Concentrating on keeping her eggs safe and warm, her partner will bring her food during the 3 weeks it will take before their eggs hatch. Featherless, blind, and unable to even lift their heads, these newly hatched chicks are utterly helpless. There may be different sized chicks inside the nest, as budgies lay their eggs at different times. There can be as much as 2 weeks difference between the first and the last chick to hatch. By 2 weeks old, down is starting to be covered by feather, and the males have joined the females in helping to keep the hungry and fast-growing chicks fed. By the time they are 30 days old, these young birds will start to stretch out their wings and strengthen them. Although they are starting to look like adults, their parents will continue to feed and protect them for some time. When their wings are strong enough, usually at just 5 to 6 weeks old, they will take their first flight. Budgies have survived in the harsh beauty of Australia for the last 5 million years. Highly social birds, their early mornings are spent preening and singing and moving within trees before they fly off for their foraging area to feed throughout the day. In these densely packed, fast-wheeling flocks can be tens of thousands of these pretty petite little parrots as they swarm and swoop over the beckoning waterholes. Surely, these are some of the prettiest of all birds. The adorable, soft-furred, cuddly koala is one of the world's most well-loved little creatures and one of Australia's favorite residents. Among the eucalypt forests and woodlands of eastern Australia, these enigmatic little animals spend most of their lives in trees. Not actually a bear at all, the koala is a marsupial, and like other marsupials, the females carry their young in a pouch for the first few months of life. Like kangaroos, young koalas are also called joeys. By the time this joey is just over 6 months old, she will start to feed herself. Up until now, her mother has been passing on the microorganisms needed to inoculate herself for a life of feeding on poisonous leaves. Young koalas need their mothers until they are about 1 year old, and some a lot more than others. On the ground, koalas have a sauntering, lolloping gait. But when they need to, these usually ultra-slow animals can really move. Excellent mothers, females are very tolerant of the young, who will pop back into the pouch for milk until they can't fit anymore. Carrying them around on their backs, mother and joey are very close, and the young joey will sleep curled up in his mother's lap. Koalas sleep and rest for 20 hours every day, conserving the precious energy they get from the low-nutrient eucalyptus leaves they survive on. Sometimes, though, there is reason to be awake. The first few months out of the pouch is a dangerous time for a young joey. Its mother's strong claws and gripping paws carry them further up a tree and away from danger. As well as goannas, pythons, wedge-tailed eagles, and dingoes can all pose a threat to a young koala. From their treetop lookouts, koalas are surrounded by their eucalyptus buffet. But eucalyptus leaves are half water, almost 20% fiber, and 13% tannins. Koalas need to chew through over 1 kilo a day to keep up even their relaxed lifestyle. When the rains come, koalas don't move out of their trees. They just get wet. Curling into a tiny ball, they huddle inside their waterproof coats. With long, muscular legs and grasping, strong-clawed digits, koalas are truly excellent climbers. Their forefeet have a split-hand design that helps them hold onto tree trunks and branches with a super strong grip. Yet, at the same time, they are so gentle with their young. These adorable, furry, sleepy animals are surely enough to melt anyone's heart. Gentle kangaroos, super furry koalas, delicate butterflies, bright orange clownfish, or cheerful budgies. Which is the cutest of them all?